Hi friends, welcome back. Last session we had solved one problem, that is the fourth combination, and we included a new operation called toggle operation, but that created a new problem, that is race condition. In order to solve the race condition, we came up with another model called JK master slave flip flop, where we are going to use two JK flip flops. Only difference is the master flip flop is getting the JK inputs, whereas slave input is getting JK inputs from the output of master flip flop. Therefore, the JK inputs of slave cannot be 1 1 together, because it is coming from Q bar of master. So if one is 0, the other has to be 1. If it is 1, the other has to be 0. So that means the slave is working in the set reset mode only. No no change or no toggle operations possible with this. That's one thing. Second thing is, this will be active when the clock is high, and this gets active only when the clock is low. When clock is low, we get this output high, and when clock is low, this is not working, and when the clock is low, this is high, therefore this is working. So let's check out what is happening. So this activity transfer from here to here is possible when clock is high. When clock is high, this activity is happening. So we have eight combinations. So this Q is coming from this one. This we are not talking as Q. This one is called Q. Okay, next, if these two are 0 0, we are expected to get same as previous output. Last time it was 0, so now you are getting a 0, and last time it was a 1, you are getting a 1. Done. Next, if it is 0 1, then it is reset action, so doesn't bother what was the previous one. Therefore output is going to be 0 0. For 1 0, output is going to be 1 1. For 1 1, it is toggle action, so this is 0, when becomes 1. This is 1, then it becomes 0. Done. Next, so this is what happens when clock is 1, and when clock becomes 0, then this action takes place. This is no more working. Now we have this available as input, and clock is 1, this was output. When clock is 0, this will become input, because this block starts working. So when it is 0, so we have 0 1 here, that means reset. 1 here, 1 0 means set. 0 1 means reset. 0 1 is reset. 1 0 is set. 1 0 is set. 0 1 0 is set. 1 0 1 is reset. So if you look at this combination, this was same as what we wanted for JK flip flop, and that's advantage of working with this. Now only thing is, we need this queue to be made available here, so that's possible through gates. So we give J here, and we give K here, and this comes from here, and this one comes from Q. So that's the final version of master slave JK flip flop, that is Q, and this is Q bar. Q bar goes to J side, Q goes to K side to complete the action. So that's master slave JK flip flop. And the advantage of this is when JK or 00 output is same as previous state. When this is 01, output is going to be 0 reset operation, 10 set operation, 11 it toggles. Now, irrespective of what time it requires to change the state and how much the clock period is, doesn't make any sense, because this happens only when the clock is high. So whenever clock becomes high, then at this instant master gets activated, and whenever clock goes low, at this instant slave gets activated, and your input J and K will control the output only after master gets activated and slave gets activated. Master gets activated here, and then slave gets activated here. So when master is activated, slave is deactivated, therefore this loop action is not possible. When slave is activated, master is deactivated, therefore there won't be any loop possible, and hence this whole thing, the toggle action takes place only once in every clock pulse. So in one pulse, the whole toggle action is taken only once, whatever be the time required for this flip flop to change, and whatever be the clock period, independent of clock. Now master acts here, slave acts here, therefore after both acting only the result is available, and hence the result is seen only at this point. So though the input was 0 at this time, this input was 0 at this time, when master gets activated nothing works. So till slave gets activated it continues to be 0, though master has given new input to the slave, but slave is not active, and hence output of slave is not visible. So the slave gets the action only when the clock goes low. Whenever clock goes low, this clock goes high, so slave is active now, and therefore the output goes high. And this slave can be active for any long period, but it's not going to again affect our uh, flip flop with race condition, because for now this to become back toggle again, then again master has to be activated. So for master to activate, then a new clock has to become high, so master gets activated here, and then it continues till clock goes low, and when clock goes low slave gets activated, and here the output gets toggled. So that means you can see the change is there only when the clock is falling. So whenever clock is falling, the output is changing. So we represent this whole thing with a new symbol. This is our J, this is our K, this is Q, this is Q bar. This whole thing comprises of this whole circuit. Now the difference is, first thing, only at this edge of the clock it is going to work, not when it is constant. So only when the clock is changing you can find the variation in the output, therefore we call it edge triggered, not the level triggered. And second thing is, only when the edge is falling the output is visible to change, not when the edge is rising. When the clock edge is rising you don't find change, when only when clock edge is falling you find the change. Therefore let me represent that this changes are visible only when the clock is falling. And this has got another advantage of having a falling edge triggered flip flop. What is it? We see in the coming future, next sessions. So, till then, take care. See you. Bye.